in Chicago tonight. Lots of reaction to a proposal from two state lawmakers who suggest the National Guard should be brought in to deal with an epidemic of gun violence and murder plaguing that city. Our own Kevin Tibbles is with us tonight from Chicago's South Side. Kevin, good evening.
Good evening, Brian. Almost as many people have been killed on the streets of Chicago so far this year, 116, as U.S. troops have been killed fighting the two wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, 127. Some are now saying the police in Chicago need some help. Gunshots ring out in a city reeling from an alarming 116 murders so far this year. On just one recent night, 7 killed, 18 wounded. 2-year-old Cinia Cole killed in the crossfire while sitting in the back seat of a car.
This is like taking the heart out of me. They took my heart.
The whole world needs to look at this violence as a public health issue, and we need to treat violence as an epidemic.
With the murder rate up more than 15% over last year, some in Illinois have this desperate plea for help.
We bring in the National Guard to fill sandbags for impending floods. We bring in the National Guard to clean up tornado debris. There's no reason we can't bring in the National Guard to help save lives.
The last large-scale deployment of the National Guard on the streets of a major U.S. city was New Orleans in the wake of Katrina. In Chicago in 1968, the Guard maintained order following the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and later at the Democratic National Convention. Some think they could be a positive force now.
We sent our troops over to Iraq. They're helping over there. What's wrong with them helping here?
Today, Chicago's mayor, a strong advocate of gun control, says he's listening, but
One crime is one too many in any community, one death or one injury. But like anything else, you have to look long-term solution. You just can't put something temporary in there.
I do have certain concerns when you try to mix law enforcement with military.
And calling in the Guard, some say, would send the wrong message.
What you do is further encourage a culture of violence, having armed people around you in militarizing conditions. I think it only promotes, these types of things.
And Brian, late this afternoon, the Illinois governor said he would not be calling out the Guard unless specifically asked to do so by the Chicago mayor. Brian.
Kevin Tibbles on Chicago's South Side tonight. Kevin, thanks.